Today's news. Police prevent the burning of Russian and Armenian flags. Person who beat journalist in prison for 180 hours of public service. Football player uses physical pressure against editor-in-chief. Blue Heart campaign against human trafficking begins. Beginning of criminal case regarding beating of journalists thrown out. Disabled war veterans want their trade boutiques back.
On Monday, group members of the Qarabag Freedom Organization attempted to conduct a protest action in front of the Embassy of Russia in Baku to protest an agreement that was signed between Russia and Armenia in the military cooperation sector. It was impossible to conduct a protest action in front of the embassy building because of police interference. However, the protest was conducted in the street in front of the embassy. Picket participants demanded that Russia not support Armenia. They believe that the signing of the agreement between Russia and Armenia doesn't conform to Russia's mission in the regulation of the Qarabag conflict. This state should be removed from the OSCE Minsk co-chairmanship. At the end, protest participants attempted to burn flags and photos of the presidents of both Russia and Armenia. However, police prevented this from happening and removed active participants from the area. Today, the 23rd of August, in the Sabail District Court, a verdict was announced in the hearing on the criminal case under Article 221, hooliganism, of the Criminal Code against Aziz Ahmadov, who physically injured journalist Zulfiqar Khayyar. Judge Kamila Amir Khanava announced the verdict to imprison Aziz Ahmadov for 180 hours of social work. State plaintiff Yusuf Samadarov asked the court to sentence Aziz Ahmadov to 6 months in prison. Zulfiqar Khayyar and his representative Fariz Namazil did not take part in the hearing. Zulfiqar Khayyar told the Institute for Reporters' Freedom and Safety that they will file an appeal against the verdict.
On the 22nd of August, football player Mahmoud Gurbanov came to the editorial office of Komanda newspaper, beat editor-in-chief Rashun Ergun, insulted the newspaper's employees, and damaged the property of the editorial office. Rashad Ergun told the Objective TV that Baku football team member Mahmoud Gurbanov became angry after the person who changed his reputation with money article was published in the newspaper on the 15th of August 2010. Mahmoud Gurbanov came to the editorial office and insulted everyone using abusive language. Then he came to my room and beat me. Newspaper employees Natig Mukharli and Kanan Mastaliev wanted to interfere, but he began to break the computers and other office items, said Rashad Ergun, and emphasized that the article in question contained no insult. Ergun added that they appealed to the Nasimi District Police Unit No. 20 regarding the incident. I had a medical examination regarding injuries. I heard Mahmoud Gurbanov gave a statement today, said the editor-in-chief, who added that he will appeal to court soon. Mahmoud Gurbanov told Objective TV that he went to the editorial office of Komanda newspaper and an incident occurred between him and Rashad Ergun. However, he denied charges regarding the damage the editorial office claims he caused to the property. I did not have any intention to have a fight when I went into the editorial office. They used insulting words and made me angry. Then Rashad and I had arguments. However, I have always respected journalists, said Gurbanov.
On the 23rd of August, a press conference regarding the state of Blue Heart, Blue Ribbon campaign against human trafficking was conducted in Azerbaijan. The campaign was started by Tamiz Dunya, Clean World, Assistance for Women Public Union. Multiple non-governmental organizations, MP Deputy Rafael Jabayilov, and the Office of the Fight Against Human Trafficking of the Ministry of Internal Affairs joined this campaign. Blue Heart participants will expose human trafficking and crimes. They will support victims of human trafficking and draw the public's attention to this problem. Human trafficking is an organized crime. For this reason, Azerbaijan will participate in the campaign being conducted by the UN, pointed out Tamiz Dunya, Assistance for Women Public Union head Mehriban Zenelov. Deputy Rafael Drapayilov said that annual circulation of human trafficking is equal to $20 billion, according to accounts of the UN. 80% of human trafficking victims are women. 18% of them are children and youth, pointed out Rafael Jabrayilov. According to Rafael Jabrayilov, 71 criminal cases on human trafficking were noted in Azerbaijan in 2009. 65 people, 18 criminal groups, and 1 organized crime group were identified. 749 women were punished officially because they were engaged in prostitution, said Deputy. An employee of the Office on the Fight Against Human Trafficking of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Araz Babayev, said that 57 criminal cases of human trafficking were documented during 7 months of this year. 25 people were accused based on these facts. 27 human trafficking victims were identified. 17 of them were placed in an asylum, 21 were sent to professional courses, and 5 were provided with jobs, said Araz Babayev.
An investigation that was conducted by the Hazare District Police Office Investigation Department regarding the subjection of Yeni Musavat newspaper reporter Elmin Bedilov and Miliol newspaper deputy editor-in-chief Anar Garayli to physical harassment on the 28th of July that resulted in the subsequent conduction of a criminal case was thrown out. Elmin Bedilov told Objective TV this was written in a letter addressed to the Yeni Musavat newspaper from the Baku City Chief Police Officer Deputy Chief Yashar Aliyev. It was said in the police letter that while journalists were taking photos over the gate of the house that was said to be belonging to businessman Emin Alesgarov in the Mayak Gardens area in the North DRES settlement, citizen Arif Musayeva, who served on the garden works, thought that they would steal things from the house. It was noted in the letter that they were taken to a supervision room. However, they were freed after their identities as journalists were established. It was also said in the letter that injuries were from various things and as a result of hitting blunt things that they fell from the height. Noted Elmin Bedilov. On the 28th of July, journalists Elmin Bedilov and Anar Garayli were subjected to physical harassment while they were preparing a report about Rich in Mardika. The photo camera that belonged to Yeni Musavat newspaper's editor's office was damaged. Bedilov and Garayli said that when they wanted to take photos of the villa that was said to belong to Zia Mammadov, they were beaten by guards. The journalists were released after being detained for 3 hours. Their photos were deleted and the memory card was broken prior to their release. By April of next year, for disabled war veterans Vahid Aliyev, Vilahat Ismaev, and others, 10 years will have passed since their small trade shops in the underground near Jafar Jabarla metro station were taken from them. In the press conference they held at the Press Center of the Institute for Reporters' Freedom and Safety, they spoke about the history of their difficulties. In April 2001, Baku City Executive Administrative Head Hajibala Abutailabov issued a decree to close down and repair small trade shops given to war veterans by the president in 1997. Abutalibov convinced everyone that the trade shops would be returned to their owners after the reconstruction work was finished. The reconstruction work began in 2008. President Ilham Aliyev appointed the Ministry of Transportation to carry out this work. However, this area belongs to the Baku Metropolitan. The ministry, however, gave the small trade shops to Zigan Holding, which belongs to the Transportation Minister's son, Anar Mammadov.